Welcome to The Lord's Divine Love and Wisdom. From Divine Providence by Emanuel Swedenborg, Vegetarian, Part 1 of 2 on Words of Wisdom. In the 18th century, a great Swedish scientist and inventor, at the height of his career, began to see visions of heaven, spirits, saints, and angels. He saw Lord Jesus come to open his inner eye, which allowed him to travel in the celestial sphere and talk with different spiritual beings. This mystical experience transformed the scientist into an enlightened spiritual leader with a new understanding of Christianity. His name is Emanuel Swedenborg. From 1744 onwards, Emanuel Swedenborg spent over a decade of his life writing down what he saw in his spiritual voyages in more than 24 books. His visions of heaven and the afterlife, his realization that God is love, and his discovery of the Holy Bible's deeper meanings are just some of the revolutionary topics he bravely documented. The life and works of this remarkable spiritual world explorer inspire people to this day. Today, we are pleased to present excerpts from Divine Providence, wherein the venerated Emanuel Swedenborg explains how everything in this universe is connected through divine love and wisdom. The Lord's Governance. The universe as a whole and in every detail was created out of divine love, by means of divine wisdom. The Lord from eternity, who is Jehovah, is essentially divine love and wisdom, and that He Himself created the universe and everything in it out of Himself. It then follows that the universe and everything in it was created out of divine love by means of divine wisdom. Love cannot do anything apart from wisdom, and that wisdom cannot do anything apart from love. Love without wisdom cannot think anything. It cannot actually see, feel, or say anything. This means that love apart from wisdom cannot do anything. By the same token, wisdom apart from love cannot think anything, see or sense anything, or even say anything. This means that wisdom apart from love cannot do anything. If you take the love away, there is no longer any intention, so there is no action. If this is how things work for us when we do something, it was all the more true of the God who is love itself and wisdom itself, when He created and made the universe and everything in it. Everything that meets our eyes in this world can serve to convince us that the universe and absolutely everything in it was created out of divine love by means of divine wisdom. Take any particular thing and look at it with some wisdom, and this will be clear. Look at a tree, or its seed, its fruit, its flower, or its leaf. Collect your wits and look through a good microscope, and you will see the incredible things. And the deeper things that you cannot see are even more incredible. Look at the design of the sequence by which a tree grows from its seed all the way to a new seed, and ask yourself, in this whole process, is there not a constant effort toward ongoing self-propagation? The goal it is headed for is a seed that has a new power to reproduce. If you are willing to think spiritually, surely you will see wisdom in this. Then too, if you're willing to press your spiritual thinking further, surely you see that this power does not come from the seed or from our world's sun, which is nothing but fire, but that it was put into the seed by a Creator God who has infinite wisdom. This is not just something that happened at its creation. It is something that has been happening constantly ever since. Maintenance is constant creation, just as enduring is a constant coming into being. This is like the way labor ceases if you take the intention out of the activity, the way speech ceases if you take thinking out of it, or the way motion ceases if you take the energy out of it, and so on. In short, if you take the cause away from the effect ceases. A force is instilled into everything that has been created. However, the force does not do anything on its own. It depends on the one who instilled it. Look at some other subject on our planet. Look at a silkworm, or a bee, or some little creature and examine it. First physically, then rationally, and finally spiritually. If you can think deeply, you will be stunned at everything. If you listen to the inner voice of wisdom, you will exclaim in amazement, "Can anyone fail to see divinity here?" These are the marks of divine wisdom. Beyond this even, if you look at the functions of everything that has been created, you will see how they follow in sequence all the way to humanity, and from us to our source, the Creator. You will see how the connectedness of everything depends on the Creator's union with us. And if you are willing to admit it, the preservation of everything depends on this as well. In what follows, you will see that divine love created everything, but that it did nothing apart from divine wisdom. Divine love and wisdom radiate from the Lord as a single whole. In the Lord, reality and its manifestation are both distinguishable and united. Divine love is a property of divine wisdom, and divine wisdom is a property of divine love. Unless it is married to wisdom, love cannot accomplish anything. Love or volition does not do anything without wisdom or discernment. As spiritual warmth and light radiate from the Lord as a sun, they make a unity. The way divine love and divine wisdom make a single whole in the Lord. No whole occurs apart from a form. Rather, the form itself is what makes the whole. Anyone who thinks with real mental focus will see clearly that no whole occurs apart from a form. If a whole occurs, it is a form. Whatever comes into being derives from its form, what we refer to as its quality, attributes, changes of state, relationships, and the like. So, anything that is not in some form is of no effect, and anything that is of no effect is of no substance. The form itself is the source of all these qualities. Further, since all the constituents of a form, if the form is complete, relate to each other like link to link in a chain, it follows that the form itself is what makes the whole, and therefore is the object to which we can attribute quality, state, effect, and so on, all depending on the completeness of the form. For more information on Emanuel Swedenborg, please visit Swedenborg.com.
Vegan tested positive for good health.
Enchanting viewers, it was an honor to have your company for today's program.